What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Today I come to you part 4, I believe, of this challenge with not so great news. Unfortunately, I did not fail the challenge, but I did not pass the challenge either. I'll go into the trades I took, kind of what happened this week, more in depth once we get on the charts, and I show you guys what happened. But yeah, not the best week overall. Please let me know in the comments what you guys, how you guys' trading week went. It was a pretty rough one for me. You'll see what happened. It's kind of laughable when I look back at it, just because it was not a good week, but is what it is. That happens to every trader. If you guys are new to this channel and you've never seen any of my videos, go ahead and subscribe. Click the notification bell so you guys will be notified every time I drop a video. Right now I'm doing this 50K funded challenge with my Forex funds, and I'm dropping the trades I take and my whole entire journey. Like I said, this is part 4, so go rewatch part 1, 2, and 3 if you guys haven't seen them. Go watch those. It'll kind of make sense where I'm at now if you guys haven't seen them. But appreciate you guys watching, and let's get into the trades. All right, y'all, so let's get into these trades that I took this week. So we started off the week with an absolute banger of a trade. So this was on Euro Odd, and I did, if you guys are subscribed to the channel and you guys saw my last video, then you saw the complete breakdown of this trade. But this was a 4-hour and a 1-hour supply zone. This was a longer term trade, not the type of trade that I usually take on 5-minute or 15-minute supply and demand, but beautiful supply zone, waked up, took liquidity, immediately rejected back down. And this is on the 1-hour time frame, so I basically took the 1-hour candle break. So same ideology of the 5-minute or the 15-minute chart, where I would usually take supply on, like I said, but just a 1-hour time frame. So this one, beautiful candle break, almost no drawdown, just immediately plummeted, and I held this trade for, I don't remember exactly how long it was. It was like 12 hours, maybe 10 hours, something like that. I woke up and it hit my take profit. So that was a pretty big trade for the account. Beautiful trade. Took that on my funded and my personal account. And that was around 150 pip trade. So, and I didn't put a super high risk on it, but just because higher time frame supply and demand is something that I'm still trading, or still back testing, and still sort of figuring out that strategy. So I don't want to I didn't want to take risk 1 or 2% and then just immediately lose, and then I'm mad at myself for taking it on the funded account, if that makes sense. But yeah, so started off the week absolutely amazing. I believe this was on Monday. I think this was a Monday trade, Monday to Tuesday, because I took it technically like Monday afternoon, and then it held all night through Tuesday. So now we can get into the losses. A lot of losses this week. Too many losses this week, as you know, since I'm down the account from where I was last week. But took this little NAS supply. This was after New York Open on Tuesday, and it's just a supply that created. It had gone up to this supply even, and then wicked down, so created this secondary supply. This is the 5-minute time frame. I don't trade NASDAQ or any indices on the higher time frames. So price comes down, breaks this low, making a new lower low, and then comes back up. It does tap the top of my supply zone. Well, I drew it like this. Usually I'll draw it wick to wick. So technically it didn't if I drew it like that. But I took this break right here. So this candle, you can come in, you can see it come in, and then this candle break on this second bearish candle here. I took this candle break here, and honestly, because I put my stop loss super tight right here, I should have put it above the zone, and well, let me see. If I forward test, I think this one still would have lost. Oh yeah, I would have just hit stop loss anyways. So I put it below this wick, and I wanted to take it a little bit further than I usually do. It actually did hit a 1-to-1 barely. So technically, I should have won this trade, but I ended up losing because I wanted to hold longer. it's one of those trades. It was in a downtrend. I just thought it was going to keep going down, but it turns out this was something I found out after looking back at it. There is another bigger demand zone back here that it just bounced out of. And this little retracement that I caught could have been a good trade if I would have taken profit right there, but I should have, because it just bounced out of this demand in reality and then just kept moving up. So is what it is. I had so many losses this week, yo. Like, it's not even funny. I had big losses on, I believe, EU and NAS were my biggest losses. But man, it was just a weird trading week for me. Starting out like super good, and then it just going downhill from there. I'm not showing all my losses here. I honestly did not do that good of a job this week, as I usually do, of like keeping my risk to reward tools and my setups on the charts. And that usually helps me on Fridays, like go back and actually figure out which trades I took, which ones I won, which ones I lost. But this week, for some reason, I kept, like if you click here, remove drawings, that's what I kept doing. So I wasn't saving them, unfortunately. So I wasn't able to find a lot of my trades that I took, but I did find some of my other winners. This was on EU, on Euro USD, on a 5-minute time frame entry. But so this larger zone here is actually, I think it's a 1 hour. Let me see. It was oh dang, I just moved my risk to reward tool, but it's okay. I think it was a 1 hour, a 1 hour zone, and it was a 4 hour zone. Yep, and a 4 hour supply. So 1 hour supply and 4 hour supply, just like that EA trade that I took on Euro AUD. But this one was a beautiful trade, and it actually gave a 5-minute supply, basically for confluence inside the larger supply. So it hit this supply, or created the supply, came down, wicked back into it. It was messing around with it quite a while. But I think I actually took the trade around right here, stop loss above, so like 11 pips stop loss, y'all, and I held this thing for 35 pips. Beautiful trade. So this one brought me back pretty nicely, but I just had way more losers than winners this week. And I ended up having to literally today's Friday, I'm not sure when you're watching this video, but I had to like scalp my way back to just being profitable on the account, and just back to break even. And I was down. So last week I was up, almost 2%. If you guys saw my previous videos, if not, subscribe to the channel and go back and watch them, where you can see like part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this funding challenge. But I was up almost 2% at the end of last week, and then now I am barely in profit, like literally by like 34 cents or something like that. But technically still in profit, not in drawdown on the challenge. So let me go over this last trade that I have that I wanted to go over that I took this morning as well, before I go into my Forex funds and all that. But this was a super beautiful, easy setup today. Prices in a downtrend on AU on the 5-minute. Creates this supply. Now this is a different type of supply than I usually like to take. I usually like these supplies here. Let me mark this one up. That's like, it'll have like a bullish candle or a bearish candle depending on if it's supply and demand, but if it's a supply, it'll have a bullish candle here and then a bearish engulfing, creating that supply zone. I really like those. But this was the lower one, and I ended up taking this one. It wicked in, immediately started rejecting, which is the reason that I took it. Took the candle break, boom, beautiful. Over a 1-to-1 risk to reward, almost a 1-to-2. And I was originally aiming down for this demand right here, but as soon as I saw it starting to wick back up, I took out. But that was just a textbook trade. AU is one of my favorite pairs. If you're starting to learn supply and demand strategy, AU is probably one of the best ones that I would suggest learning on. EU can be good, and GU can be good too, but GU but usually will have larger stop losses, and it has more wicks. It'll like have more volatility, so it'll wick more than AU, for instance. AU moves a lot slower, and it usually moves pretty clean. Um, so that was on AU on the 5-minute time frame this morning. Along with, I traded NAS this morning as well. That NAS is actually what helped me scout my way back up. I can go over that a little bit actually. So this was this morning. NAS had pulled up here. There was news that came out. So NAS like tanked, and then it flew, and then it started tanking again. This is a 1-hour supply zone. It doesn't look like here. This is the 5-minute, but this is actually a 1-hour supply zone right here. So it was in the supply. It came down, and I took a trade like right here, entered, and then just caught this downward move here. And I was scalping. I literally had like 40 lots on NAS. Super over leveraging, and I understand that. Not sticking to my trading plan this week. 100%, I was breaking my rules. But I took this trade and ended up, that's what made me get back up to at least in profit on the challenge. So that's where I'm at this week. Pretty unfortunate, but so if I go into my Forex funds, right? So if you look at the rules, I believe it's down here. Yeah. So this one, the 4th rule, this is on the evaluation accounts, which is what I have, the 50K challenge, evaluation, free retakes, and 1 free extension. So if you're in profit but didn't reach the target, no problem. If your phase 1 30-day limit has been reached, which is coming up next week for me, and you're in profit without any breaches on the account, so you didn't breach the daily drawdown or the overall drawdown limits, you're entitled to 2 free extensions of up to 14 days or unlimited free retakes. So my goal, I might trade this a little bit next week. I might not. This is my account, what it looks like now. Active, still 6 days left, so it'll end like in the middle of next week. But literally, I'm up 34 cents. And this is how much I had to make today just to bring it back up to this. 3.8%, almost 2K in a day, which would be half of my target profit, or yeah, of my target of 4K if I was at break even, which is absolutely insane. As you can see, 26 trades taken. NASDAQ was, and I had a 52% win rate. I just held my winners longer. It's really not 26 trades because I usually twin trade, so I'll have 2 or 3 entries on one trade. But this is where I'm at right now. I was feeling pretty demotivated early in the week just because I was up on the challenge, I was doing well, sticking to my rules, and then I just had a couple of bad losing days in a row, and it just brought me all the way back down. And then I started getting away from my trading plan. My psychology was off a little bit, so I started over leveraging a little bit, and then I just got deeper and deeper in drawdown, up like almost 4% in drawdown, which absolutely sucked. And then had to literally over leverage and break my rules just to scalp and bring it back to break even, or technically in profit today. So I might trade it a little bit next week, but my goal is just to end the week, or end before this 6 days is up, or when the 6 days is up, to be in profit on the challenge. That way I can get a 14-day or 2-week extension. And so that is the goal for me right now. I really want this extension. That way, I can just have longer to trade it, and I don't lose the account and have to buy another one. So let me know what you guys think. Your thoughts on where I'm at now. I would have loved to have came on here and told you guys that I passed the challenge, but obviously that did not happen, and probably won't happen on next week's video, but you'll have to wait and see. Subscribe if you want to continue watching this series and my channel in general. I do some trade breakdowns as well in the middle of the week. But I appreciate you guys clicking on this video and watching. Subscribe, comment any video ideas that you guys would want to see and that you guys think would be beneficial. And I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.